Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and thank you for joining us for a very special VMware by Broadcom webinar, Unlocking the Power of Postgres with VMware Tanzu Application Service. We do want to keep this as interactive as possible, so if you have any questions for us, please submit them below using the Ask Questions tab. And without further ado, I do want to introduce today's speaker. We have Senior Product Manager, Laura Marin. Laura, let me bring you in right now. Hey,
Hello.
Laura, thank you for joining us today.
Hi, AJ. Thank you for having me.
Excellent. Well, I think these folks aren't here to hear me, so I'll hand this off to you. So it's off to you.
Thank you. Okay. So, good morning, afternoon, and evening, and welcome, everyone. I'm thrilled to have you join us today for a webinar, Unlocking the Power of Postgres with VMware Tanzu Application Service. My name is Laura Marin, as AJ already said. I'm the product manager for Postgres for TAS, but other data services as well, like Ready for TAS or Genfire and Genfire for TAS. I've been part of the product team since mid 2022, and I'm based in Colombia, in Bogota. So before I continue, I want to read this this slide. Okay, so this presentation contains statements which are intended to outline the general direction of certain of VMware's offerings. It is intended for information purposes only and may not be incorporated into any contract. Any information regarding the pre-release of VMware offerings, future updates, or other planned modification is subject to ongoing evaluation by VMware and is subject to change. All software releases are on if and where available basis and are subject to change. This information is provided without warranty or any kind, express or implied, and is not a commitment to deliver any material, code, or functionality and should not be relied upon into the making purchasing decisions regarding VMware offerings. Any purchasing decision should only be based on features that are currently available. The development, release, and timing of any feature or functionality described for VMware offerings in this presentation remain at the sole discretion of VMware. Okay, so in this webinar, we will dive into the Tanzu data services. But before we dive in, let's take a moment to set the stage. So over the next 45 minutes, we will cover a range of topics, including introduction to Postgres, introduction to TAS, features we launched in the initial release, what is coming next, or the roadmap, important links I want to share with all of you, and a quick, small, but powerful demo. So whether you're here to gain insights into the latest functionality we release, or you are eager to harness the power of Postgres for tasks for your projects, you are in the right place. So let's begin. Let's go with the introduction to Postgres. Before I explain PostgreSQL, I want to remind you that databases are fundamental components of modern information system, serving as a structured repositories for storing, managing, and retrieving data. So with that, what is PostgreSQL? At its core, PostgreSQL serves as a sophisticated yet approachable platform for storing, managing, and retrieving structured data. What makes it special? Its open source nature encourage collaboration, and its future capabilities make it preferred choices for developers, um, businesses, and in general, data enthusiasts. Okay, so like other databases, PostgreSQL contains general capabilities like integrity, security, versioning, transactions, persistence, concurrency, query, recovery, and archive. So I will try to explain a little bit of uh, these capabilities in case you are not familiar or you want to remind some of these definitions. Okay, so regarding integrity, databases enforce data integrity rules to ensure the accuracy and the consistency of stored data. An example would be when a customer initiates a funds transfer from one account to another. So with data integrity, we're ensuring that the accuracy of the transaction amount entered by like is entered accurately by the user. Also validating that the source and the destination account number exist and are correctly entered, and verifying that the transaction date and the time are accurate. So this is a small example about data integrity. Now regarding data security. So databases provide features for securing data, including user authentication, access control, and encryption. So imagine that you're developing a healthcare application that manage patient records. So, and you want to ensure the security of the data within the system. So, and you're storing the patient health records in a database, right? So so with the security, you are implementing encryption algorithms to encrypt sensitive data, such as the medical history, diagnosis, and treatment plans. So using secure and industry standard encryption protocols like TLS for data transmitted between the client and the server. Now, regarding transaction management, databases support transactions, right? So, which are the transactions are the sequences of one or more operations that are executed in a single unit. So, imagine that you're tasked with developing a data management system for sure for a I don't know a retail store to effectively manage its inventory, and you are gathering information about products and their quantities in the inventory. So with data management, you're collecting product details such as the name, description, price, and quantity on hand, right? And you're using maybe scanning barcodes to automate the data entry. So that's something that will be the actions for when you do a transaction management. Now, regarding concurrency. So this ensures that transactions from different users do not interfere each other, okay? So the same example that I did at the beginning regarding the banking. So imagine a banking system where multiple users can initiate transaction. For example, the same example, fund transfer, right? So concurrency control is essential to prevent conflicts and ensure the consistency of account balances. So two users, so imagine that two users initiate fund transfer requests simultaneously, attempted to transfer funds from their accounts to a shared account. So with the concurrency control, the system uses a proper isolation level. Uh, so with that, we are ensuring that transactions are executed in a way that avoids conflicts. Also, when a user initiates a fund transfer that involve accounts that are locked to prevent other transactions from modifying them concurrently. And last but not least, if something happens, like if conflicts are detected, um, one of the transactions is rolled back to maintain consistency. So that's a small example about concurrency. Um, Query optimization. Capable databases optimize queries to enhance performance. So query optimization involves selecting the most efficient execution plan to give in a query. And because so that's one of the reasons that it's important to maintain indexes and data distribution. And okay, let's talk about backup and recovery. So databases offer mechanisms for data backup and recovery. The idea is to have regular backups. So with that we're ensuring the data can be restored in the event of accidental deletion or maybe system failures or any other disasters. But Postgres is not PostgreSQL, sorry, isn't just a database. It's a robust open source ecosystems that empowers you to handle your data with precision and flexibility. So that means that, what I'm trying to say is that we also, PostgreSQL also has or contains object-oriented programming capabilities like inheritance, data encapsulation, object identity, and polymorphisms. So like I did with the previous capabilities, I'm going to give a quick definition uh, about these new capabilities, right? So regarding inheritance, so this allows to inherit attributes and methods from another table. Um, like a parent table can have common fields and methods shared by multiple child tables. And for example, when you have the name, or maybe you're having the pricing, etc. Regarding data encapsulation, refers to the practice of encapsulating data within databases objects to control access. But we also are controlling the visibility and manipulation of the data. So imagine your databases as you have like a really important information, and you want to organize and protect that information effectively. So with data encapsulation in PostgreSQL, the idea is that you're putting the data into a well-organized and secure containers, right? So you're keeping safe and manageable all the information that you want to treasure. Now, object identity refers to the unique identifier or the key that distinguish one object from another within the database. And last but not least, polyformings. This refers to the how can I explain this? It refers to the ability of a function or operator to operate on a different types of data or arguments. So imagine that you have a function that adds number together, right? Now you want that this function not only work with regular numbers, but also you want that works with decimal numbers. So with polyformings, you're giving like the ability to that function to handle different types of numbers without changing the name, which is in this example, numbers. So these capabilities collectively, like the whole, contribute to the efficiency, reliability, and security of databases, making them essential components for managing data in diverse applications and industries. Remember that I've been talking about banks, and maybe you have a hard store. So any healthcare, any industry, this is something that is going to be useful. Okay, so I mentioned that PostgreSQL is making it special because is an open source. So what I want to share here is that with the open source license, you have been increasing through the years, or the users and importance have been increasing through the years because its security, quality, flexibility, cost, you can try before you buy it, and others. So because of this, the PostgreSQL is a preferred choice, like I said before, for developers, businesses, and others. Okay. Now, let's dive into tasks. Okay, so here's my source code. Run it on the cloud for me. I do not care how. Why do I like to start talking about tasks with this? Because Tanzu Application Service, or TAS, is part of the larger VMware Tanzu platform. It's commercially supported distribution of Cloud Foundry, or CF, with additional features and capabilities. So TAS is designed to simplify the deployment, scaling, and management of applications in a cloud-native environment. So I'm going to talk about 2, maybe 3 powerful commands when you use Cloud Foundry or CF. So the first one is CF push, as you can see in this one, but I'm going to move to the other slide. So with the first one, CF push, a developer will facilitate the deployment process because the developers don't need to worry about setting up servers, managing dependencies, or configuring load balancer. CF push simplifies the complexities of deploying and configuring your application. So honestly, the developer with only have to do CF push, and the platform will take care of it. So something cool that Cloud Foundry use is building packs. So with build packs, as a building, it's build packs. So with that, with build packs, we detect and configure the application, your application runtime. What does that mean? That it recognizes that your app is for example, a Java application, and configure the environment accordingly for that Java app. Okay, so also if you have a new version of your app, you can deploy it with 0 downtime using the CF push command. So Cloud Foundry manages the deployment, ensuring a smooth transaction from the old version to the new version. And one thing that you can do as well with CF push is that you can integrate CF push into your continuous integrations pipelines, automating the deployment process, whether there are changes to your code. So that's one of the reasons that here in this slide, you can see that the developer will be focused in coding instead of configuring servers, etc. Honestly, the platform, in this case, TAS, will take care of all that deployment. The developer just need to do a CF push. So if, for example, if your app requires a service like a database, in this case, PostgreSQL, to combine the app using CF bind service. So that's a second powerful command. That's something that you can do before or after pushing your app. This ensures that your app has access to the required resources. Okay. So with this slide, what I'm trying to share is the benefits of using Tanzu Application Service. So, like I mentioned before, uh, developers will be focused on writing their code because thanks to commands like cf push, developers won't need to write a script. They will need to push the application to the platform, and the platform will take over for the developers, increasing productivity. So it's crucial to have a resilient, secure, and low maintenance environment for deploying and running applications at scale. So that's why the platform provides just that. With automated rotation, repaving, and repair, you can rest assured that your cloud native platform will be reliable and secure. Keeping in mind that rotate refers to regularly rotate service credentials, certificates, sorry. Repave refers to periodically recreate and update the underlying infrastructure, and ensuring that the platform is running on the latest and most secure components. Last but not least, repair refers to implement automated mechanisms to detect and address issues within the platform. So this could include restarting failed applications instances or replacing unhealthy containers. So as you can see here, task is a really powerful and a really big task that will help developers and the company and the product that you are creating in case you are interested to use Postgres for SQL. Now, so Postgres for tasks is not the only one in the Tanzu application services portfolio. We have other data services like Genfire for tasks, Ready for tasks, RabbitMQ for tasks, MySQL for tasks. RabbitMQ is the only one that has data in motion. The rest of the data services or tiles are with data at rest. So the difference between data in rest and in motion is that data at rest is stored safely on an internal storage device. For example, a storage on a digital form like a cloud storage or a database. And data in motion is transferred between locations over private network or the internet. For example, collaboration platforms like emails or instant messengers. But regardless of it, all the VMware Tanzu data services simplify scalability, have zero downtime, upgrades, are secure, and are auto-healing. Okay, so I hope you have a better understanding of task platform. Now, okay, so let me tell you about the features that we added into the initial release, which we released last October. So we have high availability, backup and restore, metrics, schedule backup, extensions, others. So with HA or high availability is the ability of PostgreSQL in this case, database system to remain operational and accessible even in the face of hardware or software failures or any other disruptions. So achieving HA involve implementing strategies and configurations that minimize downtime and ensure data consistency. Some of the advantage on having HA is that reduce downtime by automating the process of promoting and standby server to primary. Also, enhance reliability by minimizing the need for manual intervention. Now, regarding backup and restore, so backup and restore processes ensure data durability and continuity in PostgreSQL databases. So you can create a replica of the data and recover it following a failure. So also you can schedule regular backups. I will try to merge between backup and restore and schedule backup. So well, what I want to say is that you can schedule regular backups to ensure data recoverability. Sorry, you will be able to schedule backups on service instances during the installation process. Okay, let me take some water. Okay, sorry. Okay, so also you can capture logs and metrics. We provide monitoring and logging services, allowing you to gain insights into your application behaviors and performance. Now, deploying or updating application using stem cells enhance security in various ways. Stem cells provide a consistent and version-based image that include the underlying OS or operating system and runtime dependencies. So this consistency reduces the attack surface and ensure the security measures are uniformly applied across all deployed instances. Fun fact about Steam Cell is that if you keep your Steam cells up to date, you are taking advantage of the latest security fixes and improvements. So for sure, cybersecurity people is happy with this functionality. Also, we are ensuring secure connection thanks to our support of TLS version 1.3. So we are providing a safer internet experience for users. Another capability that we added into the initial release is the ability to support extensions. So extensions are a powerful way to enhance PostgreSQL functionality and adapt it to specific use cases. This is the list of the extensions that we support in this initial release. But the one that I want to bring up today is the one that the latest one, the PG Vector one, because well, although PG Vector is not an AI library, it can be useful for AI-related applications that involve vector operations and similarity searches. So I don't know if all of you are aware, but in Explore Barcelona, Appear, Nicam did a great demo showing AA work using PostgreSQL with this extension. And for sure, he was using another tile and he was using another Sprint app, if I recall, was the music app. So it was a cool demo. I don't know if all of you are able to see it or to watch it, but it was a really good demo. Okay, so now you know what we launched in in our initial release. Now I will tell you what we are currently working on and what is in the near future. So I'm excited to share that we are working on enabling the service gateway or off platform. So the service gateway provides a secure and controlled way for applications running for on tasks to access services that reside outside the platform. So these external services could be databases, APIs, or any other service that application needs to interact with. Some key functionalities that Service Gateway has is that Service Gateway ensures secure communication between application and external services. In other words, it reduces the risk of unauthorized access. Also, the service gateway helps isolate and abstract the network details of external services. So applications don't need to know the specific network configuration of the external services they are connected to. And also, Service Gateway, it assists in service discovery, making it easier for application to find and connect to the required services. Um, this is particularly useful in a microservices architecture where services need to discover and communicate with each other dynamically. So maybe you're thinking if service gateway is something that is would be beneficial for you, or what are the use case that maybe you can start using service gateway. So the service gateway is particularly valuable in a scenario where task applications need to interact with external services hosted on different network in or in other cloud environments. It's commonly used by hybrid cloud setups where part of the application are hosted on task and other parts are hosted externally. So that's something that if you are having that use case, you say, hey, I will need a service gateway for sure. Okay, this is what we were or what we are working currently. Now, regarding what is coming next, so we are excited, to be honest, to add these new features. So one is the shareable service instances uh, that shareable service instances are when a service instance can be shared among multiple applications. So when you create a service instance, it's typically associated with a specific application. So with shareable services instances are designed to be accessible by and usable by multiple applications within the same platform. So having this feature will help to optimize resource usage. Instead of creating separate instances for each application, multiple applications can share the same instance, reducing resource duplication. Also, applications using the shareable services instance can benefit from a consistent view of the data of services provided by the instance. Having a single shared instance simplifies the management of the underlying service. Updates, scaling, and maintenance can be performed on a single instance, helping all the applications that use it. The other functionality that I mentioned that we are excited to add is multi-site replication for Postgres. So multi-site replication is a critical strategy for organizations that require a shape, improve performance across different regions or data centers. So multi-site replication refers to replicating data across multiple geographically distributed sites or data centers. So the goal is to ensure data availability and improve performance by having redundant copies of data in different locations. And last but not least, we are always committed to adapting and maintaining capability with evolving versions of tasks uh, to ensure seamless integration. So hopefully, the task team will launch a new version next year. So for sure, we are going to be compatible with that version. Just to let you know, currently we are compatible with task 4 and task 5. So just to let you know about that. Okay, so if you want to know more about Postgres for tasks, these links will help you. So if you can take a screenshot to capture those, will be awesome. So the first one is where you can download the product Postgres for tasks. The second link, as you can see, is the documentation. Also in the documentation, you will see some step by step to use some functionalities like a shape, backup and restore, TLS. So it's a great documentation that we have. And last but not least, the release note. So as always, every time that we launch a new version of the product, regardless that is a patch, is a minor, or is a major, we are always going to add all the functionalities or fixes that we added into that version on the release notes. So it's always to have those on hand so you can read what we added.
Laura, just have a little note here. Folks, I know that Laura mentioned you can take a screenshot of this, which you can, but there also is below the presentation screen the attachments link, where you can also click on these links as well. And I've seen a few people already click links, so feel free to do that. These links will also be available in the post and email. Okay, sorry, Laura, I'm back to you.
Thank you, Ajay. Thank you. Awesome. Okay, now, so what is coming next? Boom, 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 the demo. So what I'm going to try is to show you how to create a service instance, but also I will show you how to how the Postgres tile works with a sample app that the dev team created. So let me share my screen, but before I'm going to take some water. Okay, so let me share my screen. I hope that you are able to see it. Yes, this is the one.
I see. Are we able to make the font a little larger, Laura?
Oh, let me see. I think we can, but I don't remember how. Let me see if.
Is it under view, maybe?
Yeah. Oh, bigger.
Maybe one more.
And bigger. No, it's too big. Let me pull this smaller. Like this. Yes? Can you see it?
Okay, yep, that should be good. Yes. Thank you.
Okay. No worries. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, so okay, like I said, what I want to do first is to create a service instance. So I'm going to use the cf command, create service right? Then I'm going to add the name of the database, which is Postgres. Then I'm going to add the name of the plan, which is on demand. I'm trying to remember. On demand Postgres DB, if I recall. DB. And then we have to add the name of the database service instance that we want. So in this case, I'm just going to create this live there. Okay. Okay. So while this is creating, so you'll see that uh, the is creating here. You can see this live demo. So you can see that create is in progress. But I want to talk a little bit about the create service command. So why I say that is a powerful command? Because Cloud Foundries simplify the process by eliminating the need of manual server configuration. You can easily set up a database service by only specifying the service name, plan, and instance names, as I just did. Hence, Cloud Foundry will take care of the rest of the process, ensuring that you have a fully functional database service up and running in no time. Also, your application doesn't need to worry about where the database is uh, hosted, or how it's managed. Um, and by using the same CF create service command across different environments like development, testing, or even in production, you're ensuring that your application interacts with the same type of database service, maintaining consistency. Okay, so this is still running. I'm going to leave it later, but while this is still creating, I'm going to show you the sample app. So in purpose of the webinar's timing, and for sure I'm keeping that in mind, I have already configured the environment. So let me look. This is the name. I'm going to do the same. Bigger. Okay, I hope that works for all of you. Yes. So with this, I'm just going, so what the sample app does. So you can add questions. It's a really simple app. You just add questions or answers to the database, and then I will show you that was inserted into the Postgres database. Okay. So I'm going to copy this one. So for example, here we're seeing that in this service gateway, and in this service instance, um, and I'm just going to add a question. So for example, I'm just going to say question 2, and the question would be, I don't know, do you like tasks? I'm just going to answer yes, for sure. Okay. So we add that question into the database. Something that I forgot to mention is that, and because keeping in mind the timing, what I did was a CF push of the app. So, and they knew that was a Java app and all of that. Okay. Okay. Now, I just added that question. So I want to show you that that was true, that I'm not lying. So here you will see that if I just a regular query select from all the questions, like the table questions, you will see that the question I created is there. So do you like that? Yes, for sure. Awesome. And now, if we go back to the first terminal window, you will see that it was created the service instance. So if I stop and I just want to show you the service instance that we created, you will see that we have this live demo. So it was really, really, really easy. And it was like, what, 2, 3 minutes at the most. So that was awesome. Um, Okay, so that was all. Like I said, it was a small demo, but I hope that you enjoy it, and I hope that you enjoy the webinar. So thank you for joining. So I'm going back to AJ. Hey AJ.
Back on here. Great. Thank you, Laura. I want to say thank you for the presentation. Thank you for the live demo. And thank you for being here today. I know during the holiday season, it's kind of tough to get some time to head away and doing all of the work that you're doing, but we appreciate the time that you spent with us today.
No, no worries. I really enjoyed this presentation. As you know, I was really nervous, but it was fun. But I want to thank everyone to the ones who joined. So thank you. And thank you, AJ, for your support as well.
Excellent. Of course. Well, just a few closing thoughts before we close out today's webinar. This event has been recorded and will be available on demand shortly after the end of this presentation. We do see that some folks have already clicked on the assets that were provided. If you haven't clicked on them yet, feel free to do that now. We'll also send out a post-event email with the recording and the links that are also available here. Just one question here for you, Laura. If folks wanted to get in touch with you, what would be the best way to do that? Through LinkedIn?
Well, you can do it through LinkedIn, or I don't know if we can share the team email. So in case
sure, maybe we can talk about that. We can share that in the post-event email as well, so folks have that. And one other question here, is this live now, Postgres, VMware Postgres for VMware Tanzu Application Service?
Absolutely. We launched on last October, and hopefully in Q1, we are going to launch a second batch or version of the release. Mm-hmm.
Excellent. What a perfect gift for the holiday season is a second batch of VMware Postgres for Tanzu Application Service. So those are all the questions that we had here today. Laura, again, thank you for your time. Happy holidays from us to everyone here on the call. We hope to see you guys at our next event. Thank you all.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.